if we really want to generate growth in ourselves, we've got to get outside of that comfort zone a little bit. Imagine that you're out swimming, yeah, and you've swum to that point where your feet just don't quite touch the bottom of the pool. That's where we want to get to. That's where I want to get to. That is my state of discomfort. I don't want to be so deep that I'm drowning. That's not going to do me anything. That's just going to cause me all sorts of trauma and chaos and shit. I want to get to that point where I'm just a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not quite happy, not quite certain what's going on, because it's in those spaces of discomfort where real growth happens. There's a Buddhist monk called Pema Chodron, and she wrote in one of her books about change and growth. And she says that we need to be constantly throwing ourselves from the nest. Now, what she means by this is that if we imagine ourselves as a tiny bird relying upon the worms of our mother, sidetrack, a tiny bird in the nest, and we're all comfortable, it's all snug and warm, and people are feeding us, and we're just getting fatter and fatter and not really challenging ourselves. We then have to throw ourselves from the nest to see if we can fly. That's our growth. That's our learning space. Eventually, we're going to land in another nest. And we're going to land in another nest because that comfort zone will expand. The initial sense of discomfort that we feel in throwing ourselves from the nest will cessate once we feel comfortable in that space outside of the nest. And hence we land in another nest because we're comfortable, because we know what we're doing. We know the space that we're in and we know how to navigate it. So because we're comfortable, we can sit here and go, yeah, okay, I've done my growth. I'm happy. I'm chilling. I'm getting fed. I'm warm. It's toasty. Or I can throw myself out the nest again. I can get back into a space where I have to grow, to learn to be uncomfortable. Now, discomfort is very often a sign that we are learning something new. It's this mental and emotional strain that we feel, that we experience when we confront our limitations or face unfamiliar situations. This discomfort, although unsettling, is a natural part of the learning process. It's an indicator that our minds are stretching, adapting, evolving, and getting used to those new challenges that we are putting upon it. Being in those spaces of discomfort also help us to build resilience. So if we regularly put ourselves into that comfort zone, into that discomfort, into the uncomfortable zone, then it's like when we go to the gym and we work out and we're lifting the weights, we're getting the gains, but lifting the weights, part of the process, the muscles feel uncomfortable. And that's exactly what we are trying to do to the mind, to put it in that state of discomfort.